My dear friend, I welcome you and I thank you for being here. Tomorrow is midterms. Do you understand what that means? Tomorrow is midterms. And many people who have watched me through the years think that I'm a Republican. I am not. I am not. That I'm a conservative. I am not. Nope. Nope. I am issue-oriented. And I love politics. Oh, God, I love the process. I love the psychology. And what I'm going to talk about today is what makes a lot of people upset. They get very upset about this because to them, they just want to talk about how great they are, how great the Republicans are. You're not going to like anything I'm about to say. I'm telling you. I'm warning you. All right? You don't prove. Let me tell you this much. The reasons why the Republicans are going to do so well, let me rephrase it. The reason why the Democrats are going to do so poorly is because they haven't done what a lot of Americans want them to do. But listen to me and listen carefully. The Democrats have done exactly what they want to do. This is not a mistake. This is not some kind of a, boy, we were wrong with this policy. No. They knew exactly. And they knew tomorrow they're going to lose. They knew this. Where have you been? Midterms, always a referendum on the current policy. We know that. But they're not going anywhere. See, you think that everybody's saying, "Oh, this is an endorsement of President Trump or Marjorie Taylor Greene or Carrie Lake or Dr. Oz." Dr. Oz is one of the worst elections ever because they never mentioned Dr. Oz. It was always about Fetterman. And that's what the Republicans have done. I don't know what the Republicans believe, but I know what they don't believe. And they don't like the Democrats. That's it. You think that's smart? I don't. Java. So we're going to be talking about that. Let me just warn you right now. If you want to hear the usual, hey, we're great. You know, that Fox News morning, hey, we're going to go out there and we're going to, by God, we're... If you think that this is some big intellectual referendum on the part of whatever, please. Now, stand by for a moment. First, I told you this the other day, and I'm going to tell you right now. We need your support, and we need you to follow us, to follow what we're doing. In 2 years, I just looked at this. This channel, in 2 years, dropped 15,000. 15,000. Because people are getting bored? No. Because I've lost my mojo? No. You know what's going on. We need you to pump that algorithm. So like this. Like this like you've never liked before. Subscribe to this. Hit the button so you're notified. I got a brand new video today. And it's not a video you're going to watch if you're one of these people who just wants to hear what everybody has to say. I don't care. It's the lamest stuff I've heard. Political commentary in this country is so lame. It's lame. It does nothing for me. There are a few people who are really good political commentary, not policy. Policy is one thing. Policy. Do you think Roe against Wade should be repealed? Do you think that no cash bonds are... That's policy. That's not politics. Politics is about elections. And nobody understands that still. Because we never really paid too much attention to the notion of elections. Well, I have and I do. And that's what we're going to be talking about right now. You got that one? Listen carefully. What is the number one issue? Three issues. Inflation, crime, and families. Those are the issues. I don't think they've been doing enough with the families, but that's me. That was a gimme. I don't know where that one came. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know where they were with that one. But I will tell you this right now. Very, very frankly, listen carefully. Nobody wants to hear this, but with emergencies coming as as to everything, you know I've been talking to you about the emergency problems associated with and attendant to food shortages. These are dangerous times. And with every passing day, it's becoming more and more obvious that your family must be prepared for severe food shortages coming up. That's why My Patriot Supply is going the extra mile to make their emergency food as affordable as possible. And right now, they're taking $250 off their 3-month emergency supply, which is the minimum your family should have. This food kit, this emergency food kit, this 3-month emergency food kit provides delicious, easy-to-make breakfast, lunches, dinners, drinks, and snacks for one person for 3 solid months with a variety and a multiplicity of samples and flavors you can't imagine. Get one now for each member of your family while you're able to save $250 during this timely sale, which ends soon. So act now. These 3-month food kits are in stock and ready to go. And by the way, the order ships fast, free, and arrives in unmarked boxes for your privacy. So where do you go? Go to preparewithlionel.com. Read it right here on the screen. Preparewithlionel.com. Those who know what's coming are going to prepare today. Are you doing this? Are you doing everything you have to? You are, because you're smart and you know what's happening. Preparewithlionel.com. I know you're not going to like this. Everybody's like, oh, we're going to win. We're going to win. No, they're going to lose. The Republicans have been horrible at explaining their world view, absent that of the contrary to the Democrats. Hey, Dr. Oz was the worst. The worst. The worst. Why? Why do I say this? I'll tell you why. Because we never heard about him. They just made fun of Fetterman. And Americans like that today because that's where we are. We're trolling. We're snotty kids. We're snotty kids with these snotty attitudes, and we're just, oh, God, we just love to make fun of people. Did you see this fellow Jason Whitlock the other night? Did you see it on Tucker? Watch that one. Who is this? Making fun of Nancy Pelosi's... Well, you can read for yourself. Is this what it's about? And he doubled down. And Tucker was saying, hey, changing the subject. He had nothing to say. But people think it's hilarious. This is the Republican. This is it. Where is your 5, 10, 15, 20, 25-year plan? Let me tell you another one. Who here thinks it's a good idea? Who thinks it's a good idea to make fun of Ron DeSantis? Who? Anybody? Do you see what Trump did the other day? Just sanctimonious? Anybody think this? Anybody? Oh, come on, right? Oh, he was hilarious. Don't you love that word? Hilarious. That was the most stupid thing I have ever heard. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're there ostensibly to push Dr. Oz. Talk about Dr. Oz. I know you're running. I know it. I understand it. I got it. I understand you're running, and it's gonna be against you. It's gonna be Tim Scott. Everybody knows this. Tim Scott, a fine man. Just think about that one. Tim Scott, African American senator, perfect. So what does he do? Does he go out and talk about Oz? No. Does he tell you what Oz is going to do for the Keystone State? No. Does Oz tell you what he's going to do for the Keystone State? No. What do? They make fun of Fetterman. Now let me tell you something. And people don't like this when I say this, but I'm going to say it. The first rule of politics every single time is you go out there and you tell people exactly what you're going to do. You go out there and you tell them what you're going to do. You don't change your mind. You don't recapitulate. You don't capitulate. Well, you might recapitulate. You don't capitulate. You don't say, well, okay. No. See, everybody's laughing at Joe Biden. Oh, Joe Biden. Oh, Joe Biden almost fell off the... Joe Biden almost fell off the stage. Yep. Sure did. And what did Joe Biden do? He's doubling down against fracking. He doubles down. He knows exactly what he's doing. They don't budge. You're going to say, what? What? Do the Republicans say, here's what we're going to do? No, they say, just Joe Biden's crazy. Fracking, we need fracking. Okay, what are you going to do? Well, fracking. The Democrats control the narrative. The Republicans respond to it. You know what Kathy Hochul did the other day? I thought this was brilliant. You're not going to believe this, but I thought it was brilliant. Kathy Hochul probably is, these polls, remember something. If I come to your state, if you're in the UK, if you're in Pennsylvania, if you're in Connecticut, if you're in Kentucky, I'm going to know the way it works. Here in New York City, we have upstate and downstate. And downstate, pretty much, the people who vote, believe it or not, New York City. There's 8.5 million people, theoretically. And how much of those vote? But New York City really, focuses the day, so to speak. And what they do is they love Kathy Hochul. I don't know. Because it's Lee Zeldin, they think he's a right wing or whatever it is. So what did Kathy Hochul say the other day? Let me tell you what she said. Kathy Hochul said, this was terrific. Kathy Hochul said, a lot of people have been talking about crime. Crime this, crime that. Crime. But you know what that is? You know what all this crime stuff is? I'll tell you what it is. It's nothing but a bunch of... what's the word? Overreaction. A conspiracy theory. Oh, they love conspiracy theories. They love it. They use that word. It's like a flavoring. It's like cilantro in Southwestern food. They put it in everything. They love conspiracy theory. She doesn't back down. She goes, I'm not backing down on no cash bail. No. Bail reform? Absolutely. Social justice reform? Bail reform? Justice? Absolutely. We're doing the right thing. You don't understand. The crime's going down. What? Crime's going down. Eric Adams, who is a buffoon, an oaf, but he's not as good as she is. But she just says, oh, no. Doesn't back down. Why? Because she's not going to win. If she changes, you're not going to vote for her. So what does she do? She sticks to what she believes in. Or what she's told to say. Now, another thing, too, is others, your boyfriend, Tucker, and everybody, that's the only one I can say. It's the only one I even remotely watch, and I watched the first segment up until they pull in Jason Whitlock. Why do they do this? Is there a deal? Does he have pictures of somebody at the Fox News with, like, a barn owl or something? I mean, why would you stop? In perhaps what is, I think, arguably the smartest prose and the smartest recitation to put on this guy? Why? I don't know. It's like, what are we doing? Why do you do this? Why do you do this? Like somebody, they used to say, thank God they don't do it anymore. They go, hey, let's put on that Portnoy guy. I was like, oh no. What? Wait a minute. You talk about pizza? Put him on about pizza. Go ahead. It's fine. Pizza. Why do we do this? I don't understand. I don't understand this. But either way, the issue here is very simple. The Democrats stick with what they believe in. So as I was saying, Tucker and others will talk about Joy Reid. Joy Reid. Now I know I say it too. Fox News is not the Republican Party. It's not the Congress. It's just a network. Okay, fine. By the way, Lackland's going to take over. Oh! Now that Rupert's turned over the reins, that's it. Watch what happens now, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to jump the gun. So this Joy Reid and others came along and said something which was brilliant. What did they say? Again, she's not running for anything, but she is the bought and paid for spokesperson of the DNC. And what she said was, I don't know where you people got off with this inflation. I guess that's some new term you learned. Is that it? Inflation? Oh, you just figured out inflation. Oh, I see. So when prices go up, it's inflation. Well. Look who learned a new word. Brilliant. Did she back down? Nope. Does Kathy Hochul back down? Does Biden not? No. Biden says, no fracking. I didn't change my mind. No fracking. Hey, stop. Drill more. Drill more. What? What are you talking about? Drill more. Drill more. What? It's brilliant. So here comes Trump. He goes after Ron DeSantis. They love Ron DeSantis. They love his wife. Women love... Trump's got a problem with women, suburban women. For the love of God. Don't you understand what's going on here? DeSantis' wife with the cancer and the whole bit. He's probably the most effective governor. Anybody... The fact that he removed a sitting state attorney, Andrew Warren, is what Hochul should do with Alvin Bragg in New York. But she won't. But nonetheless... It goes without saying. So what's interesting to note, and what I'm telling you, is that this guy's great. So what Trump should have said was, nothing. Why are you bringing up Ron DeSantis? It's Oz's fight. You're running. Trump needs a kind of like a boot camp or something. You sit down and say, listen, explain something. Number one, do not talk about Ron DeSantis, because you're coming across as this jealous. It's almost like schoolyardy, like Mean Girls. Like, who do you think she is? It's Mean Girls. What are you doing? The best way to neutralize somebody is sit there and say, you know what, he's doing when you compliment somebody, you're basically telling the world, I ain't worried about him. And you always say, Ron DeSantis is one of the finest governors anybody's ever seen. What he has done for the state of Florida, he has transformed the state. Governor. That's what he's saying. That's the message. But no. He came out and he basically targeted him. Boom. Ron Sanctimonious. And then these other people are saying, oh, no, he was kidding. Stop it. Let me tell you what Trump does. First, have you ever done stand-up? I think it is so... It's interesting how much of it is routinized. I was watching somebody the other day. Some are at the top of their game now. Not necessarily subject matter, just in terms of performance. Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle, Louis C.K., in terms of the top of their game. The top of their game, okay? You understand that one? That's the thing. Top of their game. Forget that. But you wouldn't believe how much of what they say is exactly the same. If you went to a Bill Burr concert on Monday, and let's say he did 2 in a row, he wouldn't, or you come back the next day, it's going to be like, oh my God, this is exactly the same moment. Because words and phrases have been worked out. They have been worked. They have run through this. This sequence like this, when I laugh at and that's why they're very good, because there's no room for experimentation when you're at that. I one time saw George Carlin. I saw him in a place in New Jersey. George Carlin came out. He had a table, and he was going through jokes. It was the weirdest thing. The show was he had papers, and he would just go through each one. Here's one. And he would read it, and I thought, okay, that's interesting, sort of, maybe, I guess, I'm not sure. But anyway, he did it, and it's formula. Okay, make a long story short. Every now and then, when you're doing stand-up and you're doing a routine, by the way, when I'm at the cutting room. I don't do that. It occurs at that moment because and you got to get tickets January 14th. You and I are talking. You ask a question. We're going to have microphones and cards and the whole bit. It's whatever happens. There's no preparation for this. But anyway, sometimes when a stand-up is there, there'll be a little window, a little, ooh, there was a laugh. I'm going to try this. I'm not going to go here. I'm going to go in this direction. What Trump does, because he's very good, but it's an undisciplined thing. He'd be great at, if you just said, when he does a rally by himself, it's okay. It's fun. But now he's there for odds, theoretically. And now he's also running again. So what does he do is, when he sees something and he hears something and he goes to something, he laughs at something, he keeps going. Because he basically wants to be, and it's funny, but it's like, no, don't. Don't do this. Remember, you're not winning anybody over. So tomorrow, here's what the story is. Watch what? This is what you do. 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, depending upon where it is. You're not going to hear. Pennsylvania's going to have like absentees later. Just see where the votes are going. They normally fall in waves. If all of a sudden you just see this, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, look at this Kentucky, West Virginia. Oh my God, it's red, everything. These kind of inconsequential votes, maybe not necessarily the biggest thing in the world, but kind of keep an eye on that. And remember, the Democratic Party, the shadow government, the cryptocracy, whatever you want to call these people, they know this. They're saying, we're ready to go. And here's what's happening. Jason Whitlock, brilliant. You can laugh about Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi did her job. Nancy Pelosi is going to say, thank you very much. Here is the baton to you. Hakeem Jeffries, very good. Wait until you see the Democrats next time. Oh, my God. You ain't seen nothing yet. AOC is going to seem like Gene Kirkpatrick. You ain't seen nothing yet. Keep your eye on the squad. Keep your mind on the Bernie contingent. Watch what happens. They don't back down. And what are the Republicans going to do? Nothing. The Republicans don't care. The Republicans think they're right. The Republicans are going to go, remember this, they're going to go up the steps of Congress, and this is a mandate. Oh, okay, mandate. But you didn't win, they lost. You see, you ran on beating them. I still don't know what you want to do. You talk about J.D. Vance, you talk about this Blake, whatever his name is, Kerry Lake. What do you want to do? I know you want to beat them, but what do you want to do? I know you're against, let's say, puberty blockers. Let's say, for example. Okay, but what do you want to do? Well, I want to ban puberty blockers. Okay, forget that. What do you want to do? 3 things. Inflation. Crime, family. You understand this? This is the thing which is the most important. Listen to me very carefully. I want you to tell me what you're going to do. Where is the CFR? Where is the Bilderberg, the Mont Pelerin Society for Conservatives? And don't give me that CPAC business. Don't give me the CPAC business. Where is it? You need to have figureheads, an ideology, a methodology. You have to have people who think, people who come together, people who act, people who are responsible for thinking of a system of what's going to be done. Tax cuts, this, boom, 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 boom. You got to tell people what they're doing. Not explain how you've corrected a Biden mistake. No, what are you going to do? Tell me the long run. 5, 10, 15. What are we going to do? Do you know that Calvin Coolidge, I think, was the only president ever to leave with a lower budget? Let me say that again. Not a balanced budget, but he left with a lower budget. We've just completely forgotten anything involving economics. Somebody's got to go out and explain this to people and say, Mr. and Mrs. America, let me explain something. Whoever you are, gay, straight, black, white, doesn't matter. Let's take this particular idea, this widget, this thing here. All of a sudden, the price goes up. If it's a chicken, if it's lumber, if it's whatever it is. Went up 30%. Do you think there's fewer of these? No. By the way, less than fewer. Know the difference. Do you think there are fewer in number of these things? No. Do you think they're harder to find? No. So how come it got more expensive? What's going on? When you see eggs, oh my God, have you priced eggs? Do you? I don't eat them, but there are something. Do you think that they just don't exist anymore? Do you think they stop? No, they're there. So why are they more expensive? Let me explain to you how this thing works. And here's what the Republican Party or the Democrat, whoever it is, this is what we're going to do 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. This is what needs to be done. Price controls, we need to have a thinking group. That's fine. Crime. Do you know the studies involve crime and penology? Do you understand this? Do you understand what has happened? How many people have... You got to ask yourself. Imagine being a part of an organization that has been identified as being left by the right, whatever it is, MSNBC or whatever it is. And you're going to say, can I ask you a question? Yeah. Listen, not for nothing over here, but I understand why I'm kind of pushing the sustainable or climate or whatever. That's fine. But why am I for eliminating cash bail, and why am I doing bail reform? I don't understand. This one I do. There's some very, very dangerous people here. Why is this a part of our... They don't even ask. I understand climate change. I understand sustainability. I understand ESG even. I understand that in theory. I don't understand the crime thing. That's what should have been done. Because through this entire election, what did the Republicans do? They didn't teach anybody anything. They just talked about how bad Biden was. Okay, now that Biden's out of the way, what are you going to do? Well, you never told me. You just told me how bad Biden was. Okay. I mean, he's there, but his people are, okay. So Oz, what are you going to do? Okay, you got rid of Fetterman. What are you going to do? Tell me, what's the first thing you're going to do? What's the first thing you're going to do? I should be able to say, I'm going to tell you the first 5 things I'm going to do right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what we're going to do. Boom, 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 boom. I would have had this down in a heartbeat. This is what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to make sure that for Pennsylvania, for the next 5 years, 10 years, this is where we're looking at. Look at the future. And these plans, this investment has to be made now. And that's what I would say. But they're not doing this. We know they're going to win. And let me tell you something. If Oz wins, and don't be surprised, he could very well lose. I know you may think that's impossible. Don't be surprised. First of all, I don't believe polls. Let me say this again. The only polls you want to listen to are the polls that each individual campaign pays millions for. Those are the ones, and they're good. Oh, they're good. They know exactly what's happening. But the stuff you hear of this going on, Quinnipiac, Rasmussen, okay, that's fine. Reuters, that's nice. ABC poll, okay. I'm thinking, and let me tell you something right now. I don't care about the parties. I care about the policies. I want an America that is strong economically. I want an America that is safe in terms of crime. I want an America, for the third issue of this, where families are protected. I believe in parental primacy and parental autonomy, where kids can be kids and kids are protected and that's it. I also believe in a world where we have as little government as possible telling you what you can and can't do. It's that simple. I believe in a world, as in most people, where abortion will never be illegal. Let me say this again. I do not want to live in a country, nor do most rational people, where a woman who gets an abortion is going to go to prison. It's not going to work. Now, you can say whatever you want. You can, and you are entitled to that. You can say, well, this is human life, and it is a human life. Absolutely. It's a bit inconsistent, but that's that. Okay? Take this off the table. This is ridiculous. And the best part about it is that the Democrats have said, and it's a woman's right. And the Republicans haven't even said, well, we're not going to. They, by virtue of their silence, they've almost admitted, yeah, we're going to try to get rid of, abortion, whatever. Abortion is something that can be done through, just like drug abuse, which is the next thing. Drug abuse, fentanyl. Do you understand that? There's two parts about fentanyl. Number one, there's a use, the abuse, the education, the treatment. That's one thing. But there's also a criminal cartel bringing this in. And fentanyl is not being used to get people high. It's being used to kill people. It's like a contamination. Don't you? This transcends everything. Now, if you think that's a Democrat and Republican move, I think my platform makes sense. It's very, you would call libertarian, absolutely. And when it comes to your own particular sexual orientation, your own belief, what you wear, what you think, your pronouns, adverbs, adjectives, whatever you want to do to yourself, and you are an adult, that is fine. And by the way, children who are enjoying, but who are suffering from confusions, we should do everything in our power. But we are not going to impose the same kind of freedoms as to alteration, adjustment, whatever, that an adult would have to a child. It's that simple. If a child has lice, the teacher can't even treat him for lice. They can't take the kid away, but you can. An aspirin? No. You go to a museum, got to have a field trip. That's the way it should be. My friends, we are common sense. We are common sense. And if the Republicans, you're Republicans, if you think they're fine, I'm not too sure they're the best road for the future, but if you think that's true, they've got to come up with a plan. And I know that bothers you, and I know that hurts you, and I know that, but you're missing the point if you think that they can just go back and just say, we're not the Democrats. Hi, vote for me. Hi, I'm J.D. Vance. I'm not that guy. Hi, I'm Dr. Oz. I'm not Fetterman. Hi, I'm I'm Led Zeppelin. I'm Lee Zeldin. I'm not Kathy Hochul. Thank you. Okay. Vote for me. I'm not Kathy Hochul. Don't vote for me. Vote against her. That doesn't work. Okay. Let me tell you an example of what works and what doesn't. Telling people the truth. MyPillow. MyPillow.com. MyPillow.com. Promo code Lionel. Oh, God bless him. MyPillow.com. Promo code Lionel. You just go and get a free gift, by the way. And I've told you about the deals aplenty. And it's just pillow, dog beds, blankets, Giza cotton pillowcases. Not only are the prices great, but the quality is wonderful. And it's just terrific. And I don't want to say it goes for a good cause. Yes! Let's talk about that too. It's true. MyPillow.com, promo code Lionel. You get a free gift. I love free gift. I love the tautological aspect of that. Aren't gifts free? Yes, they are. It doesn't matter. MyPillow.com. The towel sets, sandals, mattresses, plush blankets, the towel sale of the year. Go anywhere pillows. Sleep system, mattress toppers, down blankets. It just goes on and on and on. And in the event, you would say, I like that, but I want to have a phone number. Could I have a phone number? By God, you better believe you got a phone number. You call right now at 800-645-4965. 800-645-4965. MyPillow. Use promo code Lionel and receive a free gift. Now, I hope you have voted. And for those friends of ours around the world who are watching us, this is something which I I love and I respect, and I want you to vote no matter what. Vote. Vote. And remember, look at voting, look at elections the way a meteorologist looks at weather. He may not like what he's saying, but he gets to predict it. Prepare for this. Don't be pie in the sky. Don't pretend everything's great when it's not. Understand reality. Realpolitik. Real politics. Tomorrow, I can't tell you which ones at this point, but I know for sure. There are some elections where you're going to say, okay. And some where you're going to say, what? Watch what happens when people, if they elect, watch what happens when we get into the notion of questioning. Questioning. Watch what happens. Just keep an eye on this. Watch what happens. Oh, I'm going to be watching this. Because somebody's going to go, wait a minute, hold. Because are you an election denier? Because that is a very important word. Remember the words today that matter. Conspiracy theories, election deniers. And by the by, remember, whether you like these things or not, this is nonetheless the truth. And that's all I want to tell you is the truth. Be looking for this. This is what happens. All right, my dear friends, please, like I say, number one, please follow this channel. Please. I've just, so far, dropped three subscribers. 3. That's not right. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. We are being targeted. We need your help. This doesn't make any sense. And whenever you say this, you go, well, they're cleaning up bots. Stop it. Remember, we're demonized, but not demoralized. And we need your help. So subscribe. Hit the little bell. And like this video. Also, remember, on January the 14th, nobody's doing this at the Cutting Room in New York City. And it's beautiful here. Oh, today it's beautiful. Today, right now, it's 72 degrees. People are out and about. They're walking around. It's beautiful. I want to see you. Go online. Please. Let's all meet. Bring your questions. Let's talk. Nobody's doing this. And tomorrow, vote. If you haven't voted early, I think it's too late, but I'm not sure. Vote. Whatever it is. Utilize your franchise. Utilize your speech. Utilize your vector. That's all. Utilize the franchise. Do it. My friends, don't forget to preparewithlionel.com, preparewithlionel.com, and also mypillow.com, promo Lionel. And also, Mrs. L has a brand new video that is up and out, and it is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. This one she entitles, is called 2,300 Kids a Day Vanish. Think about that one, and I'm providing the link to you now. Please go and watch that, because that is one thing that I think everybody agrees, children. All right, my friends, have a great and glorious day. Don't ever change it. I mean that sincerely. Tomorrow we will be back with you. Same time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And don't forget, the monkey's dead. The show's over. Oh, and by the way, our poll today said, will tomorrow be a red wave in terms of victory? 76% say yes. And there you have it. See you tomorrow, my friends. Same time. Again, the monkey's dead. The show's over. See ya. Ta-ta.